Welcome to the Communication Matters panel with Professor Jody Schifra from Barcelona. Today, we're the class of the Masters of International Intercultural Communications, and we've got three questions for Professor Schifra. And on my left is Megan, and on my far right is Tanya.
Thank you. I'm interested in immigration and refugee resettlement, and I'm curious if you can tell us a little bit about immigration and refugee resettlement in Catalonia and about the discourse around that, and if that is different than national discourse.
National in Spain, for example?
Yes.
Okay. No, what is interesting, it's not a problem. In Spain, we have been aware about the problem of the the refugees, thanks to the political party that you know as Podemos. Podemos is a political party, very interesting political party. It's like, what's the name of the Greece leader in Greece? Tsipras. He's the leader of the political party. I don't remember. Okay. Thanks to the crisis, the economic crisis was the May 15, I don't remember the year, a very important mobilization of people took place in Madrid. His was known as the 15 May movement because they occupied the main avenue of Madrid during long days and the main square of Madrid, La Puerta Soberana. Okay. This movement was the seed of a future political party named Podemos that today is the third party in Spain. The third after the Conservative, the Socialist, and Podemos. And Podemos he takes the place of the former communists, for example. No, he's more in the left than the socialists. But at the same time, some leaders of that movement are today in charge of very important positions. For example, the two mayors, the mayor of Barcelona and the mayor of Madrid, are from this party. Or they are independent people, and they are not militant of that party, but they have been put there by the party or in representation of the party. So the image that we have of refugees, that the reality in Spain is that the refugees or the concern about refugees has been a matter of the 2 or 3 or 4, because big cities governed by that kind of people. Like this, and we have 5 capitals, 5 big cities in which the mayor is from Podemos. But the 2 main cities of Spain, Barcelona and Madrid, or for example in Valencia, the mayor I think is a socialist one, but is supported by I don't remember, supported by Podemos or vice versa, I don't remember. In those cities, the politics of refugees has been very strong. And for example, today, if you go to the city council, the building in which the mayor has office in Madrid is a big one, is a spectacular palace in the middle of Madrid. You have a big message, a big announcement, welcome refugees. In Barcelona, the same, welcome refugees. But it's not a governmental building, it's a building of the city council. So I think that if someone has an idea about Spain is concerned about refugees, is thanks to the role of local governments that are in charge, or in which the mayor are people from Podemos, a party concerned with the problem of people, and especially of refugees, in contrast of what happened with the Spanish government, because the Spanish government is a government in which the problem of the refugees has been immigration is a very low-profile problem, The Spanish government has just following the rules or the recommendations of Brussels, and no more. In contrast, Barcelona and Madrid have implemented plans for refugees, and other cities, important cities, as Valencia, the third, it's curious, the third city of Spain, the fourth also, Zaragoza. It's curious because Podemos is in charge, or is in the government of the main cities of Spain, and that has helped the politics of refugees, because they have complement, or the city councils have complement the lack of policies of the Spanish government, or even in Catalonia, the Catalan government. The question is that the Catalan government and all the regional governments have problems, have a lot of economic problems, or financial problems, and sincerely they cannot invest a lot on refugees, and they just apply the minimum. No, in contrast, Barcelona, Madrid, they are cities and they are organizations or administrations with a lot of money, and thanks to the political ideology of Podemos, they have implemented a very strong politics regarding the refugees, and at the same time they have a very important visibility. Barcelona and Madrid and all what those cities do. So it's important. The idea maybe abroad of Spain is a country concerned by the refugees is thanks to the big cities, not by the governments of Spain, neither to the government of Catalonia or Castilla or Madrid as an autonomous regime.
Thank you.
Thank you. And finally, we hear a lot in Canada about the Catalonian independence movement. Is it possible to give us a brief background of that in just a few minutes? The Catalonian independence movement.
Yes.
Could you give us just a brief background on where that movement started from?
Yes, he started. I have 10 minutes, okay? No, it's very simple. It's simple. And I have talked a lot about it. It's a civil movement. Basically, it's a civil movement in terms of the consequences of the economical crisis. We have the crisis. Catalonia was the civil society celebrated the National Day as a celebration, but normally the movement was 20,000 people, 30,000 people that they went to a famous square in front of the very famous statue, and there we sung the national hymn of Catalonia, and we then some popular. Okay, but with the economical crisis and after the problems that economical crisis, how the economical crisis affected the economy of the domestic economy of every family, for this reason. And that one blended or mixed with the discourse used by independent parties that were a minority on those times, as in which they said that the reason of the poorness was the fact that the Spanish government didn't refund what the Catalan government paid, or the contribution in terms of money of the Catalan government. This discourse was very effective. And impact on the mind of Catalan people, and was an argument that was followed and defended by all the political parties that till that day they were just nationalists. They were not independentists. In addition, Spain and Catalonia in this time was a little bit humiliated by the Spanish government in a specific process. This specific process was the modification of the Catalan constitution. The name is not constitution, is a statute. Okay, it's for the state. Every region has or some regions. No, every region here has a constitution. No, a small constitution similar. Catalan government in these times, led by a socialist, but who governed with the independentists as a minority, tried to modify the constitution, and including some words, sentences, as for example, Catalonia is a nation, not is a state, is a nation, that kind of ideas. That were rejected by the Spanish Parliament, because those constitution must be approved by the Spanish Parliament. And in the process of approbation of this constitution, a lot of articles that were, the project is approved by the Spanish Parliament and then has to be translated to the Catalan Parliament and has to be translated to the Spanish Parliament. In the process in the Spanish Parliament, a lot of articles of this project were rejected. And even from the socialists that governed in Catalonia, and previously they had approved. One of them was the rules regarding the funds that Catalonia should receive accordingly with its contribution. Okay, this was the gas of the fire of the bomb or the cocktail Molotov, because that provoked the idea was that this project was rejected in early or in June, July, and the 9/11 2 months later, the civil society moved 1 million people celebrating and claiming for a new constitution and for the independence of Catalonia. Not 1 million, less than 1 million. From there started a dialogue, a name of the Catalan government in order to do the idea of a referendum was established. And this idea of referendum that was rejected from the beginning from the Spanish government and is still rejected till today, the position, the immobilism. I don't know if you say when someone doesn't move, stay here, I won't move, I won't not move. The position of the Spanish government saying no. The political parties in Catalonia trying to do a referendum, and those political parties were not just the independentists but also the nationalists. The position saying no, the next 9/11, 1 million on the streets. And this idea was basically a mobilization of, thanks to some political facts and some economic consequences, and economic consequences are very, very important here, because without the economic crisis today, we don't talk about independence. other reasons of a civil mobilization. But what is interesting here is the role of civil society in moving, in bringing, bringing politicians to a position of independence. Because the political party that defended the independence was a minority, was just symbolic. And thanks to the mobilization, now we have those who were nationalists and who governed Catalonia during 23 years, today are independent, or claim for the independence, because today, but in 2011, they claim for a referendum. But as a referendum is rejected by the Spanish government, the position is now not, I want the referendum, but at the same time, I will ask for voting yes to the independence. No? So this is a process of in very short time, because 6 years is nothing for changing minds, and the reason is economic, but then also the movement, and against 1 million or 2 million persons, it's impossible to go against them. And this is the force and the power of the mobilization. The power of the idea is the people who are behind it, and the ability of those people for going for mobilization and for claiming in the streets for this ideal.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for explaining. And thank you for participating in Communications Matters panel today in Castellón.
It has been a pleasure.
Thank you.